Hello, and welcome back to my channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and also support my small business at latricelimited.com. So in this video, it's actually going to be like an update to a video that I did prior, which was about Jussie Smollett. So as you guys may know, he actually got sentenced. I've seen the whole court hearing and whatnot, you know, the little snippet that they could show us, and got his sentencing, his verdict and whatnot. So as you guys may or may not know, he had to pay $120,000. Then he had to pay $25,000. He was on a 30-month probation, and he got 150 days in the Cook County Jail for, as you guys know, he was pretty much lying, made up an entire story about, you know, it being a hate crime. But, you know, the judge was just like, okay, no, that's not what it was. So we're like, okay, he got all those things. You know, he has to pay the restitution. He has to pay the fines, all this. Okay, now he's going to be in jail. He's not going to get out to another 150 days, right? He got out in 6, y'all. So looking at this, it's like, how did that happen, right? You know, so there was these little things that was happening, you know, before he even got the sentence. It was like right after he got the sentence and whatnot, and then, you know, he was like, very respectfully, but I'm not suicidal, da da da. And then the judge was just like, okay. And, you know, then he gave him the verdict. He was like, yo, you gotta go, like, starting now. You're going to jail. So apparently it was all these, you know, the crazy hiccups that's going on. They said that he was put into a psych ward. You know, he was complaining, this ain't me. You know, I knew something was not gonna, you know, be right. You know, he had siblings. He had, you know, his own attorneys and whatnot. Like, yeah, you know, he never should have been put up in there. And now he's out. So I have an article for it. I'm going to just read a little snippet of it, and then I'm going to give you my opinion as we go. So let's direct our attention right over here. So I have this, and I'll also link down and below the full article, like this link right here, just so you guys can, you know, read it for yourselves if you so choose to, or you could just, you know, obviously listen to me read it. So the headline reads, Jussie Smollett walks out of jail after appeal court order release. Served less than a week of 150 days, which was just the 6 days, as I told you guys about. So this was updated. You know, they said, hey, he's officially out of jail. Said following the decision earlier today by Illinois court to cut short the former Empire Star, that's the show that he was on, 150-day sentence pending appeal. Surrounded by members of a defense team, family, and other supporters, Smollett was silenced as he exited the Chicago facility. A defense attorney told the assembled media that his client only drank water over the past 6 days and no food whatsoever. So this is also something I want to bring up about this. So when he was in there for 6 days, apparently, this is what they're saying anyways, he did not eat. You know, it was like what they call like a hunger strike, like where I'm protesting being in here, so I'm just not going to eat, you know. So this is what was going on apparently. But this kind of stuff happens all the time with people who were in jail. You know, I mean, this is why we got the whole term hunger strike, because this is something that we hear all the time about this, you know. So for that to be like the main reason why you're out just doesn't make any sense. I've also heard some people talk about how, oh, it's because he's gay and he's going there. There's a lot of gay people that go to jail. Oh, because he's black, he's going there. Well, there's a lot of black people that are going to jail too. I mean, what's the reasoning why you couldn't have served your sentence? Now, if you watched the video before of what I said, I thought the $120,000, that's for restitution, pretty much wasting people's time, you know, messing with your fake case. That was warranted. Probably should have even been a little bit more in my opinion. You have the $25,000, that's for fines for lying to the police and, you know, all this extra stuff. That was, I believe that was the maximum. Okay. Then he had 30 months of probation. Now with that one, the judge said that he was free to go. So he didn't have to stay in Illinois. He was free to go to Los Angeles, New York, you know, Florida, wherever he wanted to go within the United States. And then with that one, and I get why the judge did that. I just didn't think that was necessarily fair. I mean, granted, you didn't hurt anyone, but at the same time, you did lie in a big way, because your lie not only affects you, but your lie also affects other people that may resemble you, other people that may, they may be going through what you're going through, whatever kind of similarities that person has with you. And if that person said, hey, someone committed a crime, they're going to look at him and be like, well, you guys are lying. So that I kind of felt was, maybe you should have been only allowed to stay in in Illinois, but fine. If that's not what it is, that's not what it is. Now, I didn't believe that he should have gotten jail time. And even if he did, and obviously we know that he did get jail time, I knew he was going to serve, 150 days. I knew that wasn't going to happen. I was like, okay, he's going to get out in like 2 months. He's going to get out at bare bones a month, but 6 days. Now, my theory about what maybe have happened or whatever the case may be, I don't know. I kind of think that he just paid a judge off or paid somebody off. And it was just like, okay, I don't want to be here anymore. I can't do it. This is not for me. Okay, well, what you going to give us then in return? How is this going to happen? How's our transaction going to happen? It's not something as simple as, oh, he wanted appeals. No, I think it's like somebody got slid, a couple dollars over here. When I say a couple dollars, I mean thousands of dollars to get you out, because I know you're good for it. So that's how I feel, or I guess what I feel really happened in regards to this. That was the main thing about this article that I wanted to share with you guys, that he got out and, he was doing like a hunger strike thing. He had the whole psych ward and stuff like that. I will definitely be linking this down in the description box below. But yeah, I just feel like, I don't know, because as people have said, and I kind of agree with this in a way, is, he's a narcissist. I just feel from the way that he's behaving, and the main thing is you're not admitting to what we all know to have been a lie. You're not admitting like, okay, you know what, y'all? Okay, you got me. Okay, you guys got me. Okay, I did it. All right, I made this crazy scenario up, and okay, I'm guilty. All right. You didn't even admit that what you did was not right. You were just like, well, I didn't do it though. I don't believe I should have to even be in here. I didn't do anything. What I will say about this whole situation is the fact that at least no one else was hurt in any way. There was some story about, it was like 2 black Jamaican guys or something that he said were, MAGA, Make America Great Again people, but there's so many things about the story that was just so crazy in my opinion, and it just didn't make any sense. Like I said, you're in Chicago during the coldest time, really. I was there, okay, in Illinois. So it's like, come on. That doesn't make any sense to me, and then it's like, the bleach, then the noose, and I'm like, okay, y'all, this doesn't really make any sense to me, but it is what it is at the end of the day. So that's how I feel about it. Like I said, he didn't deserve jail time for what he did. Community service as well is something that he should have done, not just paying, but actually like physically being there. That would have been a better thing to do. Maybe you could learn something like, okay, don't just be making things up, help some people out or something like that. But that's my opinion on it. It's not too much to go into. He's another celebrity that got money, that's going to do whatever it is that he wants to do at the end of the day. And there's really nothing that anyone else could really say about it, because he has money, he has powers, he has connections, and that's just what it is. I do feel like he's milking it a little bit, with certain things that he's doing, certain things that he's saying. I know people are saying like, oh man, his career is going to be over, his career is going to be over. I don't believe that. I don't believe that his career is going to be over at all. And really the reason being is like, well, why? Well, because, he did this and he lied. Okay, but you have celebrities who are defending him. You got this whole hashtag was like free Smollett or free Jussie or whatever the hashtag was and stuff like that. He's going to find work. He ain't going to be struggling. He could sing and he can act. So, that's really all they look at in the day. It's just like, okay, how much money are you going to make us? Oh, you're going to make us that much money. Okay, well, then we gonna go with you, boo. And that's just how that's going to be. But definitely, I would love to know what you guys think about this. And, what your opinion is on Jussie and how that stuff is going.